Alright guys, so I'm Mark from Mardingtop Outdoors. We're out on the trails today. We're looking for some sticks so we can do some fire drills with the scout group sometime soon. So that said, I got a pack I want to show you. So I'll give you a quick look at it. Don't go away. Sorry guys, just to go over some specs first. This pack, it's a 40-liter backpack. It weighs 1.7 pounds. It's 12.5 inches wide. And it's 8 inches deep. And 20.5 inches tall. It's made with 600 denier polyester. It's quite light. It feels pretty durable. I don't know about the polyester, but we'll see about it in a second. So I'm going to give you a quick look at this pack. We're going to start from the outside and then work our way in. Alright guys, so I got my pack hanging on a tree here. We're going to go over the exterior of the pack first. We'll start with the tie outs. So we got tie outs on the top. It's large enough to put a wool blanket or a coat or a bedroll. You got the tie outs in the bottom and the front here, although I've added a pouch here to the MOLLE attachments, but we'll get to that in a minute. We've got the other tie outs here on the front, which are which get quite large as well. I could fit one of those small sleeping bags there, or my snug pack under blanket fits there. It's a nice, decent size, and it'll carry some gear or whatever it is you need on the front. So right here we got some tie outs on the sides, and the neat thing is that all the tie outs, if you can see this, on everywhere on the pack, they have these little elastic things that'll keep control of your straps, so they're not, while you're walking, they're not flopping around and making noise all over your pack. They package up quite nice and neatly right here. So we have some MOLLE attachments on the center pouch. We have some MOLLE attachments on the bottom. And we got a spot for a morale patch. If you want to stick a morale patch and personalize your pack, you've got that option as well. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over, and we'll take a look at the back of the pack. So here we are on the back of the pack. We'll start with the back itself. It's got a nice, there's no frame inside this pack, but it does have a hard plastic inside to give it some rigidity. And there's also two nice comfortable pads that go along your back with a channel through the center, which is going to create some airflow, so hopefully you won't get too hot. It's got the hip belts, which have some MOLLE attachments on them also, and nice generous straps, so our us large plus size models can fit this around our waist. And on mine, I keep my canteen and cup set right on the side. Very comfortable, wraps around me, and I barely even feel it. Although the hip pads, or the hip pads, they don't have too much padding on them. So, and I actually like that, because I find the really thick padding ones that go around the hip make you sweat too much. These are kind of thin, but they're a little bit squishy, so it is comfortable still. All right, and then we have the straps themselves. These are kind of nice thickly padded, sewn together pretty decently. They got these bar stitches all along, so you can attach different gear with a D-ring on the top. It also has one of those elastic things in there, so you can put a water bladder hose, or attach other things to your pack. And it comes with a sternum strap with an elastic on it, if you can see that. It's got a nice elastic on it, so it'll allow some expansion for when you're breathing, or when you're moving around. It'll keep the straps in place, but it won't feel like it's constricting you, which is nice. So on each side of the pack, there's also these little side pouches. It's got a little elastic at the top. It's a nice generous size for a water bottle or an Nalgene bottle or whatever it is you want to put in there. But having extra pockets to store gear, always good news. So the main compartment's quite nice. When you open it up, it opens to be about 2/3 of the whole pack. So you open it up, it opens up large, and if you lie your pack down on the straps, you'll be able to dig around in there and pull out anything you need without having to dump all your stuff all over the place. But there's also another feature to this that I really like. we have a water bladder bag section in the back here. I think it would be great for a water bladder. You can hook up your thing too, slide it over through the loop and suspend it quite nicely. The only thing is it doesn't have a hole somewhere in the pack for your water bladder tube, which is a little unfortunate, but I can get past that by just by leaving a little gap in the top and passing my tube through the end. Not the end of the world, but I would have preferred it if it had a hole for a water bladder. Bag is supposed to be water resistant, and that's about it for the inside of the pack, but it definitely holds a lot of gear. So at the bottom of the pack, there's also another entry point. Now, a lot of people, they consider this as a third pouch. It is not a pouch, but it is access to the bottom part of the main compartment of your pack. A lot of people in the reviews that I read on Amazon.com was complaining about this, saying that it was kind of weird, but I actually like this feature. If you like to keep your tent or any of your other stuff, or your hammock gear, or stuff that you may need at the end, at the bottom, and it turns out that you need it for whatever reason right away, without digging out everything in your pack, you have all your stuff right in here. You can just open that up and it gives you access to the bottom of your pack. I personally think this is genius, and I love that feature. So if you want to keep your pots and pans or your heavier stuff down at the bottom, but you need it before anything else, you can just reach down the bottom, pull it back up, zip it back up, put your back on, cook your food, whatever it is you need, and then stuff it all right back into the bottom of your pack, zip it back up again, and then you're back on the trail. Love this feature. Another thing I like about this pack as well is that all the zippers have these paracord, or these fake paracord lanyards on them. So instead of having these little metal tabs that jingle around everywhere you go, these you don't even hear. And the zipper quality, I don't know if it's the best zipper quality. They're not YKK or anything, but the one thing they do, they are quite smooth. There's no hang-ups or anything like that. So I think the zippers are okay. I don't know if they're top quality, but they definitely function nicely. We'll start with the exterior pockets. First pocket here. You can fit lots of gear in there. I've got my hat. I've got my XXX Sitka. Pair of gloves. A compass. A ferro rod. And one of those Verusta and one of those Yakari Puko knives. So I've got all kinds of stuff in here. The second pocket's quite large as well. And I've got a 5x7 medical kit in there. Pound of bank line. And some more bank line and a phone and a camera battery. So this thing, you could really pack it up and everything fits in there quite well. And there's a little extra room. One of the things I do like about these pockets is they're all exterior pockets. So when you put things in them, it doesn't take away from space inside the pack. So, sorry guys, I just want to give you this quick look at this pack. It's not a review by any stretch. I've only used it a few times, so I don't want to say anything about it. But if we're going to give you first impressions on this so far, I find the pack extremely comfortable. All the straps are nice and long, and you've got a nice length to them. I have another similar tactical backpack like this where I put all this, I put the backpack on, but the straps were so short that when I was wearing winter clothes, they had these quick release things on the straps where you could just click and the strap falls away and you can pull it off. And for me to take the pack off, I had to hit those quick releases all the time to get the pack off, and that was just no good. So I went looking for another pack and I found this one, and this one really fits me well. Very adjustable on the straps. It's extremely comfortable. I've had some different weights into it so far. Seems to be very good backpack and comfortable. So anyway, that said guys, hope you liked the video. If you're looking for a budget pack, you can check this out. If not, you can wait around 6 months or so and I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to be using this pack quite a bit, and we're going to get a good feeling for it and see how it is. And in the future, in around 6 months, I'm going to come back and do another video on this and see if we can talk, or maybe 3 months. Once I have a good idea of the pack, I'll come back and give you another quick video on it, and we'll see if everything holds together quite well. Stitching seems to be kind of okay. It's not double or triple stitched or anything like that, but the stitching does seem to be sturdy, and it's got nice thick stitches in it. So we'll see how that holds up. Yes. So right now we got to hit the trails again, find some more tinder for that scout meet coming up, and Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you again soon.